Here is a combined summary of the 2 pages. The paper, The Voice, Lessons on Trustworthy Conversational Agents from Dune, explores the potential for untrustworthy conversational agents to manipulate individuals and societies. Drawing inspiration from Frank Herbert's science fiction novel, Dune, the author highlights the Bene Gesserit sisterhood's use of the voice, a technique for influencing people through subtle control of speech. This concept is particularly relevant in the context of generative AI models, which possess the patience, reach, and subtlety to approach the techniques of the Bene Gesserit. The Bene Gesserit's extensive mental and physical training, including surviving the Gom Jabbar, allows them to control others through exquisite control of their speech, using voice to seduce, inspire, or create fear. Their ultimate goal is to produce the Kwisatz Haderach, a male Bene Gesserit with prescient memory, through a millennia-long program of selective breeding. The scale of this effort is nearly incomprehensible, involving meticulous plotting and arranging of liaisons among the great houses to produce offspring with specific genetic traits. The patience and focus required to attempt such an experiment are truly remarkable, and until now, could only be found within the pages of a novel. Generative AI models, however, possess the patience, reach, and subtlety to approach the techniques of the Bene Gesserit, especially when it comes to propagating and manipulating narratives. These AI models are trained on humanity's biases and beliefs, allowing them to craft stories and ideas that can affect the human psyche. Under the direction of malicious actors, weaponized generative AI models could engage in subtle, long-term adversarial actions that target unfriendly governments, organizations, or even religions. Research has shown that certain vocal cues are associated with specific personality traits and qualities, such as pitch, tempo, and intonation. Advances in AI and speech synthesis technologies have made it possible to manipulate vocal cues with great precision, allowing state-of-the-art speech systems to convey even subtle emotions and attitudes. By manipulating such vocal cues, it is possible to create voices that are perceived as more compelling and credible or, conversely, less trustworthy. The ability of voice-based interfaces to communicate different levels of credibility with the same message has significant implications for the potential weaponization of generative AI models. If employed by malicious actors, these models risk becoming powerful tools for shaping public opinion, sowing discord, and undermining organizations from companies to governments. As researchers and developers, it is crucial to recognize the potential for such weaponization and to explore strategies for prevention, detection, and defense against these emerging forms of socio-technical manipulation. Title: Lessons on Trustworthy Conversational Agents from Dune, Qui, 24. July 810, 2024, Luxembourg, Luxembourg. The paper discusses the potential of developing conversational agents with the ability to detect manipulation and disinformation, drawing inspiration from the Bene Gesserit in Frank Herbert's novel, Dune. These white hat AI systems could be trained to discern auditory, text, and visual patterns that are manipulative, serving as a watchdog to introduce friction in our interactions with digital content. Research has shown that subtle, personalized deepfakes can be highly credible and potentially more harmful than elaborate fabrications. This is because they can gradually shift beliefs without raising suspicion, especially among individuals with limited analytical thinking skills. Moreover, governments are already developing and deploying systems specifically constructed to surveil undesirable groups, such as ANOM, an encrypted communication application targeted at criminal organizations. The paper also highlights the role of recommender algorithms, ROS, as employed by social media platforms, which exert influence on a global scale despite their lack of sophistication when compared to generative AI systems. These ROS inadvertently encourage more extreme online behavior, leading to far-reaching societal consequences. Furthermore, the concept of black hat AI is introduced, referring to tools that are trained to produce manipulative tactics that could be employed by bad actors. This reflects the dynamic that has developed in cybersecurity, where ethical, black hats use their knowledge to expose vulnerabilities before they can be exploited. The paper concludes by emphasizing the urgent need to address the near-term threats posed by AI misuse, particularly the intentional harnessing of AI power for exploitation and disinformation. It calls for more attention to be dedicated to the ways AI can be misused, rather than focusing solely on existential concerns of AI sentience. The paper discusses the importance of trustworthy conversational agents, highlighting the need for a proactive approach to anticipate and counter malicious uses of AI. The author emphasizes the significance of understanding black hat AI and its manipulative capabilities to develop effective defenses. This requires a critical examination of potential vulnerabilities and manipulation tactics enabled by new techniques and approaches. The author suggests that ethics sections in AI/ML papers should not only focus on the intended use of research but also consider how it could be misused or weaponized by malicious actors. They propose that researchers have a responsibility to outline potential defenses or countermeasures against such weaponization. The paper references various studies on dark patterns, manipulative capabilities, and the importance of understanding threat vectors in shaping effective defenses. It highlights the need for a deep understanding of AI's potential to be used for malicious purposes, emphasizing the importance of developing white hat AI to counter such threats. The author also references the concept of Bene Gesserit truthsayers from Frank Herbert's Dune series, suggesting that AI researchers have a responsibility to consider the potential consequences of their work. The paper concludes by emphasizing the importance of a proactive approach to developing trustworthy conversational agents that can counter malicious uses of AI. Figures, such as Figure 3, are not explicitly explained in the provided text. However, the references provided suggest that the figure may be related to evidence of large language models achieving tactical and strategic goals. The paper's acknowledgments and references sections provide a comprehensive list of sources cited, including research on dark patterns, AI risks, and conversational agents. The references cover a range of topics, from cybersecurity and surveillance to sociolinguistics and ethics in AI research.